You are listening to Palucci Performance Podcast, and here is your host, Ray Palucci.
Hello everybody, and welcome to a new episode. Thank you for spending your precious time here and making time to listen to me. I'm Ray, I'm your host, and let's go straight to today's topic. Today we will talk about energy, how we can use energy to perform better in daily basis. How can we use energy to become the best version of ourselves, and what energy actually is? Okay, so let's go straight. I personally have always been an individual with a lot of energy. I sometimes joke with myself that I've been a kid with not being diagnosed with ADHD, which probably I should not joke with that, knowing my background and the counseling background that I had. But I've been a very energetic kid. And I don't know how I was energetic, why I was energetic. But even before I started playing tennis, which for you guys that are the first time being here, I started playing tennis at the age of 6. I've been very, very energetic kid. I mean, I've heard stories that I used to turn my house upside down, but that's okay because I'm a better person right now. I know better. And even in tennis, I loved it, and I've believed that one of my successes is because I've always had too much energy. I felt like I was always in the tennis court. I was also practicing, playing hours and hours and hours, and I loved sport. Now, I understand that not everybody is a very sporty person. And you don't have to be to increase your energy in your body. So let's talk about a few things that would help us to achieve this high energy in us. The first thing that we must do, and I have this proven on myself when I used to do it tremendously good, especially when I used to play at the professional level. I have this as an experience where I didn't practice this at all. And I also have experience right now where I'm like moderate. And this is sleep. Sleep, guys, is the number one pillar of the main foundations that will help us have a vital energy and also a successful and healthy life. Sleep, it's more than important. I mean, I just cannot stress enough the importance of sleep. Sleep is like the car that doesn't have gas. If it doesn't run, it will go up to a point and it will just die. You can have other things. You can have oil in the car. You can have other liquids, and so many things are important for the car to run. If you don't have liquid for the steering wheel, I mean, you need that. If you don't have enough liquids for your brakes, you cannot brake. So everything is important, but without gas, you won't go far. And the same thing is with sleep. And I said this, or I gave a bit of example of my story. When I was an athlete and when I was especially in the middle school, I would say, I used to sleep so early. Also, when I came into the first year of my college, I also used to sleep so early because I just loved so much. I felt like this is the number one thing that recovered me. And every time, guys, even nowadays, if I have enough sleep, or if I have like a lot of sleep, or the sleep that makes me feel great, I feel like I can just conquer the world for real. Everybody can have different amount of sleeps, okay? The range is between 6 to 9 hours. So you know what's best for you. Try to keep, like, let's say 4 days in a row to sleep like almost exactly the same time. And let's say it's 10 p.m. when one day is going to sleep like 9:45, one day 10:15, but try not to move much, like 10 to 15 minutes at the most from 10 p.m. Let's say is your time that you go to bed, or 11, or whatever it is. Hopefully it's not 2, 3 a.m. while we're speaking about sleep. And just do this for 4 nights in a row and wake up without an alarm and see what time you wake up, so then you can know how much sleep you need in order to function correctly or let's say function at the highest levels. Okay. And if it's, 6 hours, some people are 9 hours. Mine, I know it's 7. And 7.5 is like perfect, but even when if I have 7, it's great. And when I'm speaking about sleep, I definitely should do better on it. I never get 7 hours, to be honest. I do like meditation in the morning and meditation in the afternoon, and a kind of meditation that it is proven that will help you recover sleep that you have lost. It's called NSDR, which also stands for non-sleep depressed. So I do that once or twice a day, and it definitely helps. But still, it is not the same component as it's sleep. So please, please, please get as much sleep as you want and you can, because it will help you function so much better. The next best thing you can do for vital energy and to achieve vital energy, it's morning sunlight. Morning sunlight has a tremendous power. I've always been a lover of morning sunlight, even before I knew the benefits, just because I've always felt great when I get the morning sunlight. And especially if it's like early morning and the sun is just about to go out. Oh, it's just amazing. Like I love sunrises, for example. So if you can get enough sunlight on your eyes at, let's say, from the moment you wake up at the most 4 hours after the time you've awakened, it is great. If the sun is shining and it's bright, don't look at the sun directly in the eyes. Through your eyes. Just look on the side and let those shining, sparkling of the sun to hit your eyes, and you'll probably just need 3 to 5 minutes at the most to have all the benefits from it. You can go on with your day. If it's a cloudy day, then try to stay 10 to 20 minutes. And if it's like, very, very dark day, try to stay like more than 30 minutes. Okay. Now, you may be like, I don't see the sun. That's okay. The sun sees you. If it's dark, if it's not dark, if it rains, it doesn't rain. The sun goes up every single morning. It is in the same place. So just face wherever is that the sun rises where you are. Find that place, and depending on the day, try to spend enough time to have the morning sunlight. If it's very, very bright, try to stay 3 minutes. If it's like cloudy, try to stay like around 10 minutes. And if it's like dark, try to stay like a good 20 to 30 minutes. All this we're speaking about is not through the window, because the window will block majority of the sunlight. It's crazy how much it won't go through. So that's what you have. 2 things that are very, very important. Another thing that I love, it's cold showers. For me, cold showers work tremendously. There's a lot of scientifically proven episodes out there that research and data science shows how this cold shower will help you not just on waking up, but also like in so many other things regarding mental health and physical health and performance and etc. etc. But cold shower for me, it's amazing. So if you can do it in the morning, even if it's like a 2 minutes cold shower, it's amazing. It will give you so much energy. You'll feel great after. Your body will feel good, your mind will feel good, and you'll be ready to go today. Now, another main component, which I probably should have spoken earlier, because you don't want to just wake up and look at the sunlight and take a shower without drinking water. You need to drink water. I drink at least 1 liter in the first 30 minutes where I've awakened, and 1 liter, I believe, is like 32 ounces. And it's amazing. I feel good. And water is not just in the morning, but we need it in the morning because we haven't drinking anything for like 6 to 8 hours and our body is so dehydrated. In order for us to awaken, is that we need water. Now, caffeine is good, and it will awake you, and we can make another episode regarding caffeine. But it's not the caffeine that wakes us, you guys. It's like the water that caffeine contains. Now, our brain has connected the taste and the smell of caffeine. So every time we even smell it, your receptors gets it and goes straight to your brain. And now your eyes are already about to open, because that's how we perceive that. But the water that is inside of caffeine, does most of the job. So even with you guys, or with us, we have to drink a lot of water, because that's where is the main component of waking up and feeling energetic. 70% of our muscles are with water. So even if you're lifting and trying to grow muscle, don't think that you won't do it without drinking water. I know sometimes water feels like full, but it's just great. So drink as much water as you can throughout the day. Because there's a lot of episodes that I've seen that measures your body weight and how much water you need to drink. But when you think about it, we all believe that we drink more than what we're supposed to, or we always feel like we have drunken enough. But mark my words, none of us drinks enough water throughout the day. So please, just drink as much water as you can and you'll be fine, okay? Working out is also another component. Now, I spoke about how beautiful are sports and how much I love sports and how much energy it gives me to have a healthy life and just become very energetic in the tennis courts. And some people might, if you play a sport and if you lift and you work out, it's amazing. Good for you. But let's talk about people that they can't find the time to work out and they're not professional in that area. They don't have much information. And guys, if you can just walk every day for 30 minutes to an hour, then it's good enough. Literally, for us to increase our energy and have a healthy life, obviously we can do a lot of things to do that, but we don't need to become very specific as, for example, I am or so many people are. I do it out of passion and love, but you can just run 3 times a week, swim 2 times a week, play some sports sometimes a week, just go for hiking, go for a long walk, do some ab exercise, do some push-ups, maybe some pull-ups. Even if you do the little things and you spend time every single day of a minimum of 20 minutes, and you can just do even if you don't want to do every single day because you have other things to do in your life, but you want to work out 3 times a week, and in those 3 times a week you'll work out more than 30 minutes hopefully, then you'll still get most of the benefits, if not all. So you need to move your body in order to increase your energy, and you can just tell when your energy is low and a fight happened or something. If you can just lock yourself in your room and just jump around and listen to funny stories or to a beautiful music, you'd see how much you change your state from just feeling depressed and having only the ideas of somebody else. Next thing you know, you're jumping and pumping and just loving it. I mean, the physiology of our body, it's so deep, and the body movement and moving around is just amazing. And another component, which is not last, and definitely it's not the least, it's very, very important, is the nutrition. Nutrition is very, very important, okay? One thing that I can speak about nutrition, even though I'm not a nutritionist and I cannot prescribe or give you any much detail, but I can tell you what has worked for me. So if you can consume a good amount of vegetables and fruits throughout the day, you'll be fine. You'll increase your energy and it will help you for so many other things. So yeah, nutrition is very, very important. Eat as much as you can on vegetables and fruits because they contain so much water. And as I mentioned at first, that water is very, very important. And again, I don't try to make you guys be you gotta be a specialist. And obviously you can have a cheat day or a cheat meal here and there, but just make sure on what you eat. Try to eat as healthy as you can, as clean as you can, and as careful as you can. Okay. Now, all those things will help us increase our energy. But why do we need that energy? That energy will help us think straight. That energy will help us find the motivation to go the extra mile or start new things. That energy will make our brain healthy and our just thoughts will be clear. I've been in a state and a position and moments where I didn't focus so much on those things. And I don't know, maybe you're experiencing this right now, but those times are both miserable for me. The moment that I didn't do any of the things that I just mentioned, other than obviously drinking water a bit throughout the day, and it wasn't from actually pure water source, it was more like Coke and other sodas and sugary BS stuff. And on the sleep, I was barely sleeping. I mean, I was sleeping, but sometimes, most of the days I used to sleep at 2 or 3 a.m. and wake up at 7, 8. I mean, I still do nowadays, like sleep at midnight and wake up at 4 a.m. But like, you can do that because you want to, other than just every single day having to sleep that late because you couldn't find healthy sleep or you couldn't sleep early and you just kind of like not focus on the right thing. So we need energy, guys. We need energy because boosting our energy and achieving vital energy, it will help us come closer to our best version of ourselves, which obviously would help us in many, many directions. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for spending the time. I would appreciate all like, comments, shares, and everything else. If you like this podcast, let me know. Give it a like. I'll definitely be more curious to hear your opinion. And if you want to see something else in the future, still request it. We'll take it into consideration and we'll move on. But until the next video, you guys stay blessed.